What is this? Welcome back to something. It's a training buddy episode. So I've kind of done this off the cuff to try and get myself back into filming footage. First off, I am going to train today. I'm also trying to do some washing, catch up on some other videos, remember what my program actually is. So this one might be a garbled mess, but that's pretty much how training buddies go. Thanks for joining today. If you do like the episode, remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff helps push the videos out there. I'm going to catch you up since the last one, and we're going to train. It's Monday, International Chest Day. This should actually be my leg day, but I'll get into that. Oh my God, that barbell is freezing and disgusting. Look at that. Oh man, that's gross. I need to clean that. I need to clean that ASAP. Oi, oi, oi. I think what's happened is I've been trying to do quite a lot of laundry. I've been using the squat rack to hang my washing from. Now, if you own a home gym, you'll know that a lot of this equipment, a lot of the time, isn't being used. And some of it is pretty good as clothes horses, especially the assault bike. But my assault bike has been getting a lot of use recently. God damn, that's filthy. If you've been following along on Instagram, I've been doing hour-long sessions on the assault bike. And you know by now, I'm a big fan of the steady state workouts for burning calories and just general kind of zone 2 fitness. Absolutely honking. Get rid of that. That's better. Right, where was I? Okay, workouts tracking. Barbell's clean. So I've changed up my training a bit. In the last video, I was talking about mindset and motivation. Working my way around the back injury that I've got and some of the training that I was doing. So I've gone through where my head was at with that. Well, that was a month ago. We've had Christmas, we've had New Year's. I've been to Portugal, that was cool. Only for a couple of days with Matt. And I'll vlog that as soon as I can. So my membership finished at CrossFit, and I just came to a point where I had to make a decision about, was I going to continue training there or try something different? Let's get this warmed up. Everything's wet in here. Give these a little wipe as well. Yuck. So I'm just going to warm up sets of 8 to 12. Some sweaty plates. So normally on a Monday, I'll have dropped the kids off at school, and after the school run, and then go to do a CrossFit class, 9:15. And I've been doing that for a couple of years. And today is the first day that I haven't done that. And like any kind of routine change, my brain goes a bit scrambled. So what I'm doing now is do this push session because I haven't renewed a CrossFit membership. I've joined up with NR Health Club in Lowestoft. One of the main reasons for that is I wanted to do a bit more bodybuilding. I also wanted to be in control of my own programming. And at NR, they've got some really nice hammer strength equipment. In particular, they've got a belt squat machine, which is really going to help me continue to work my legs. I want my legs to be strong, and I want to put some size on those. And at the minute, barbell squatting isn't working out for me. Deadlifting isn't working out for me. So front squat, back squat, thrusters, squat cleans, it's just not happening. Let's get this set up. So that's one thing which I thought would help with my general kind of mindset going into a workout. I was worried. I was thinking about it the night before, thinking about it on the way to the gym, stressing when I had the barbell on my back or was doing any sort of movement under flexion, because the last time I hurt it on the devil's press, everything was fine, and then I picked up those devil's press and then it wasn't so fine. And I need to be able to enjoy that training and feel like it's benefiting me physically and mentally. So for the past couple of months, 6 months, maybe even a year, I've not been getting what I want from that style of training. I love, love, love the fitness aspect of it. I'm gonna really miss the people there, as I'm not going every single day, staying in touch with them. I've got some really good friends there. But I am worried that if I continue on with that style of training, that I'm going to do some damage to myself, my back, that I can't recover from. And I think, well, what am I training for? With that style of training, I was training to train. You know, I wasn't using those movements in my day-to-day life. I haven't got a manual job. I coach people in business and in their personal lives. I don't need to move that fast or in that way for most of my working day. But I like being fit. I like how it makes you feel afterwards. I'm also, as you know, if you're following along, if you subscribe to the channel, I'm running the Testosterone Diaries series. So looking at my TRT levels. And alongside that, I'd like to understand where my strength and size is from quite a set, structured program with progressive overloads that I'm going to be able to measure. So if I do start TRT, I'm going to be able to see the difference a bit easier than if I go and do CrossFit classes, which are intentionally random and a mix of everything and anything. But I think with the style of training that I'm going to be doing, and I've started doing, I'm a week or so in now, that will help me understand my body a bit better, understand the blood work a bit better, understand if TRT is the way to go, and if I do that, what is the impact, what is actually happening. So what I've done is I've built myself a back safe program, which I can use 5 days a week. It's very early days with it. I've just built it around what equipment I have available, and then I know how to substitute out anything else if I'm not able to get to NR, which my weeks are going to be a little bit different for the next couple of weeks. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot of the stuff at home, which means I haven't got access to that belt squat, but I'll figure that out. But essentially the program consists of 2 lower body days, so one with a quads and power focus and one with a posterior chain focus. On top of that, you've then got a push day, which is what I'm doing today, a pull day, and then a weak spot day. So anything that you want to work on or anything that you think you can hit twice a week and you'll get those gains, that's built into the Friday. I've just started playing around again with Olympic weightlifting technique because I love the snatch, I love the clean and jerk, and I've not been confident in doing it. I've not been happy to do it with how my back has been feeling in a while, and I want to start building that back in because it's such a cool movement, and I haven't got the head height here to do it. A lot of gyms you'll find are a little bit funny about you dropping the weights from overhead. Now I've asked, and they've said they're fine at NR, so I'm going with it. Today, this is the first exercise in the workout, barbell bench press. Standard kind of stuff for any gym goer. The difference for me here is trying to keep my back stable, so not putting in a big powerlifting arch. You can do it with your feet up on the bench, and I think that's called a Larsen press off the top of my head. But I'm just gonna do it how I normally would, feet on the floor, and try not to create a big arch, just to give my back the stability it needs. Set one. Need to update that board actually. That's my old workouts from the previous AI bodybuilding series that I did. If you haven't checked that out, it's pretty interesting stuff. I used ChatGPT and Gemini to build my programming and my nutrition. And because I've done that, I've now used Gemini again to help me with this back safe one. And I've actually found it really good. I'm training today to no music, no YouTube, no nothing. I need a bit of quiet to be able to think about what I wanted to say. But normally I'll have on Formula One podcasts like The Race or Sky Sports. I'll have on Chris Williamson's Modern Wisdom podcast, or I might be watching some Team Richie YouTube. He's just dropped his first song, actually, Craig Ritchie, and that's pretty good.
We don't need the city lights, we don't need the grand designs. It's in the little things in life we always do. I found my best in you.
Go support that guy, because he's doing some really cool stuff. Most recently, I've been really getting into Dylan Cooper's YouTube channel, so Dozer Weightlifting. Went through all of his training series, found them really, really good, where he goes out and about and trains with weightlifters in their gyms or brings them to his gym. And he's also just started, I think he's maybe 4 or 5 videos into his enhanced series. So he is starting to use PEDs and being very open about it, having his blood works done on his road to, I think he wants to get a 370 plus total. So the clean and jerk and the snatch over 370 kilos combined, which is just awesome. Really loving his content. So if you haven't checked him out, I'll drop a link to his stuff below. I really enjoy it. So selfishly, I want him to continue doing that. So Dylan, if you're watching this, which you absolutely won't be, keep going, man. Really enjoying the content. Thank you for doing it. I better stop talking and hit another set. So what else have I got to tell you? Portugal was a really cool trip. Ate lots of nice food, drank lots of coffee. I'll get those vlogs up, go give them a watch. They might not be available yet, depending on when you watch this, but if they are, they'll be on the channel. Christmas was good. I had like almost 4 weeks off. Didn't take much holiday during the year. And whilst I didn't go completely off the rails, obviously with Christmas and stuff, you know, spend time with your family, enjoy yourself, just relax a bit. I still trained when I wanted to, when I could, but I ate stuff I wouldn't normally eat. I drank things I wouldn't normally drink, and that took its toll on me physically and mentally. So as of the 27th of December, I put myself into a calorie deficit, whereas before I'd been in maintenance or a bit more, kind of saying like, I want to get stronger, I want to put on some size. That's the way to do it. You know, get yourself in a surplus. You need the extra calories to train and to build the size and to build the muscle, to build the strength. I ended up around 77.5, 78 kilos. And I'll put up some pictures here for you to see the condition, because on my first training day back on this program, I went to the gym group to use all their leg machines. So a variation of this program, I was building into it. So this is what I looked like on the 27th of December. And I'm not happy with that condition. I like it when I'm leaner. I like the feeling. I like the look. And I'm asking for the impossible because I want to get bigger and stronger, but I don't want to get less lean. So it's never going to happen. I just need to battle that stuff in my brain quite a lot. But anyway, 13th of January today. So do some maths. 17 days in a deficit. Around 200 to 500 calories range on that deficit a day, averaging about 300, 350. And I do feel better already, even after, you know, less than 3 weeks. Feel more accomplished. I'm hitting those targets every day. The tricky thing is I'm still trying to I'm still trying to eat all the Christmas treats that I've got. So I'm really having to ration out like the celebrations and the roses. And I'm like, oh, how much is 2 hazelnut swirls and how much have I got to work with today, which has meant that I'm still getting to enjoy a little bit of like the chocolates and stuff that I bought. And, you know, I'm not going to throw them away. I'm not wasting money. But it also means that I have to do a bit more cardio to be able to balance that out and feel good about it. That's it. Set 3. When I was training at home over Christmas, I got pinned by the bench, and luckily Becky was here. I had to shout her to get me up and out. So make sure if you're benching at home, don't put the collars on the bar. You can row them off. I couldn't row them off because the assault bike was right there, and I would have destroyed the assault bike. Or make sure that if you've got someone else in the house that they can hear you shouting, or just do it with some safety bars in place. Don't go to failure is another one. I didn't think I was going to failure, but I hadn't trained properly for a while. I was trying to hit a little bit more than I should have done that day. Next up is dips. Pop you up. How's that? So we are going 3 sets to failure. Testing this out last time, I did 3 sets of 8, so not complete failure, but it was pretty challenging. The idea is to progressively overload, so either add weight or add reps. I don't have a dip belt, so adding weight is going to be tricky, so let's add some reps if we can. That's 9. I've always liked dips. I remember in high school, I went on an activities week and I must have been 14 or 15 years old, and we stayed in these bunk beds. And I remember that there was a kid, like he could do dips in between the bunk beds. And I remember one of the instructors saying that that was really good and he was really strong and he had a swimmer's body, which looking back, don't know if that's appropriate or not to say that about like a 14-year-old. Anyway, I couldn't do dips then. That was the first time I ever did a press up. So when I was about 14, I was overweight for a long time. And I remember getting 1 press up and feeling pretty good about myself. I also got stung in the neck by a bee, and one of the instructors gave me a Mars bar to cheer me up. So a complex time as a young man. Let's get another set. Another 9. I am trying to keep these dips quite strict, so I'm not trying to like bounce out of the bottom or kip or use my legs. Puts all the emphasis into the triceps, the chest, the shoulders, rather than using momentum to get yourself back up to the top, which is a tried and trusted technique in CrossFit when you're trying to go fast. Having that little kip, shooting your legs out of the bottom, it's pretty good for going fast in big sets of dips. That is not the aim of today. Mentioned earlier on with the testosterone diaries that I'm doing, I have had the enhanced blood work back now. I haven't had a chance to review the results, but after this, I'm going to record the next part of that series. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'll put a link to go to the first one. Save that one for after this. Go and watch it. I'm documenting my experience with trying to understand a bit more about TRT, what it can do for you, how the process looks when you go through a company to get the blood works done, and just some of the behind the scenes stuff as well, like what the actual test looks like, what's involved in it, how easy is it to do, how long the results take. Just completely neutral point of view. I'm not getting anything from the company. I'm not getting enough views on YouTube to make any money from it. It's just another thing that I think if I can give some more information, help somebody open up, have a conversation, then maybe that helps someone. And I actually have had quite a few people message me or talk to me in person or reach out on YouTube in the comments to say, hey man, this is really interesting. This is my take on it, or what you're finding so far. So that's been really good. That was one of the intentions, was to help people talk about it and understand it. And I've had a little bit of success with that. So really thank you for getting involved and watching those videos. Whilst I'm here, I might as well ask you to subscribe if you're enjoying this style of video. I do all sorts of different things. So I've got the training buddy, which I'm doing now. Thank you for watching. The experiments like the AI bodybuilding, like the TRT, the product reviews of things like ice baths and saunas, and also quite a lot of trainer reviews. We've got the travel vlogs where me and Matt go abroad. Right, last set of dips. See if we can get another 9 in the bank. Oh yes, there we go. What else is on the cards? Next up is shoulder press. The program requires 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. So I'm going to get the barbell out again for this. Put these dip bars away. These are actually really nice, these dip bars. I can't remember where I got them, probably another Amazon or eBay job. Yeah, so they just slot straight into the rig and they lock in nice and tight. Same as that style of hook. I haven't used them much recently, but the dips are in the program. And it's like anything really with the home gym. You buy it, you can use it. If you don't have it, you can't use it. So it doesn't really matter to me how much I use a thing. It's there when I need it. Now I prepare to be humbled, even more so than anything else. Last time I did this, 3 sets of 12 at 30.5. Steady on, boy. Try not to smash this microphone to bits. I'll bring you over, spin you around the other way maybe. How is that? Now you're with me. Let's try. There's one set done. One thing I'm trying to think about with this is what my back is doing whilst I'm pressing. Where I've had issues where I've pulled or tweaked or sprained something, it is in overhead press. Not necessarily lower back, but in between the shoulder blades, upper back and neck. So I'm trying to not overcompensate for my lower back being a bit iffy by putting too much strain and stress through the upper back. I mean, saying that, it's 31 kilos, so, you know, it's not earth-shattering stuff here. But with high volume, the weight comes down, and that's what I can do. I did spend a bit of time trying to get the camera in the right place, because otherwise you're just going to be looking at the back of my head, which might be more attractive than the front of my head. Especially when I'm trying to do these overhead presses. But I've really been toying with the idea of getting another camera. At the minute I've got the Sony ZV-E10, which is designed for vlogging, but with the lens on it, like it's not a very good wide angle lens. Like you're quite far away from me right now. It's a big camera as well. So when I've taken it out and about, I feel a bit conscious about using it. I've been crazing myself about getting a DJI Pocket Osmo 3. Looking on Vinted, making offers, looking on Amazon, trying to figure out if I can price match. Just a nightmare. When I've got something like that in my head, it goes in the basket and it just goes round and round and round. And I know, and I've said this before, I would be better off to buy it full price and forget about it, because the amount of time and effort I spend looking and agonizing over it, it's worth more than the savings that I'm going to get from getting the best deal. But my brain cannot help trying to get the best deal. I just can't help it. I love a bit of money off. And if I don't get a bit of money off, I feel like I'm being robbed. So that being said, if you've got a Pocket Osmo 3, let me know what you think about it. Drop a comment below. I basically want it to be easy to record video. I just want to be able to pick the thing up and go. With this, I find I have to mess about with the tripod, and plug the microphones in, get it far enough away from me that it gets the right shot, all that kind of stuff. And it's a barrier to getting in the way. I want to know how easy I can make it to make video. Because sometimes I don't want to do the content because of the setup time. I need to make it really easy for myself to do it so that I can continue to do it and continue to get better at it. The other half of my brain thinks, I've got a brand new Google Pixel 10 phone. Why don't I just use that? Just don't want to use my phone. I spend far too much time on my phone as it is, which isn't all the time, but I want to reduce it. So having that other thing to have my just but can't be doing with that. Anyway, set 2. Yup. That's another set of 12. If you are training and watching this, let's go. Let's get it. If you're just chilling and watching this, put a comment below about what you are doing whilst you're watching this video. Or listening to it. I might put it on Spotify as well. For Kieran. You alright, Kieran? Some people prefer to listen on Spotify, and that is cool. I'm recording the workout in my phone as well, because I haven't got that board and I'm not taking it to NR. So that when I go there, I can track it. Look back on what I did in the last session and either add a bit of weight or add some reps. At the minute, I've started quite light, so I'm able to hit the top end of the reps as the weeks go on. I'll continue to try and hit the top end of the reps whilst building the weight. And I'm going to build slow. You know, it's like 2.5 kilos, 5 kilos, depending on the movement. Because I know how quickly these things can stall out, and I know how quickly the motivation can go. At the minute, the novelty factor's there, which is cool. I'm enjoying the change. I'm not saying I'll never go back to CrossFit. It's not working for me right now. And what I also am enjoying is that Becky's coming with me to NR, and she hadn't been going to CrossFit because she had some injuries. So being able to train with Becky is more important to me than doing a type of training. It's something that we've always done together, something that we both enjoy, that we're passionate about. Doing cool stuff with cool people is the best. So find some cool people to do some cool stuff with. Invite them into your gym if you're training at home. Reach out. Be the person to start the conversation. Be the person to say yes and figure it out later. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, and at the minute, in the flask, there is some Pure Sport electrolytes. Been using Element, so LMNT electrolytes for quite a long time. Really, really like them. But I just fancied a bit of a change to see what else was out there, because a lot of other companies are now doing electrolytes. Went to Health, H-E-A-L-F. I'll put a link in the description if you want to use Health and get a discount when you order through my link. So you save some money and I get a bit of commission from that as well. So it's really helpful for me. I basically buy supplements with the commission that I get. I don't do anything else with it. I don't make much at all. It's like a couple of quid every now and again. And I kind of let that build up, and then I go back to Health and I go and buy the supplements from them, so that money kind of stays in that little ecosystem. I want to like reward myself, but also thank Health for helping me do that. So yeah, Pure Sports in the flask, watermelon salt. With the electrolytes, I just really love the salt. I've had some Heights Hydrate Plus and also some Thorn electrolytes, and they haven't got the salt taste. So if you want the hydration and you like electrolytes, but you don't like the salty flavor, Heights do a Hydrate Plus. They're almost like cocktail flavors. Peach spritz and a mango mule and something like that. And there's a margarita one as well, I think. If you're interested in that, you can get them from Health. The Thorn ones are more like regular flavors, like blood orange and things like that. So, right, let's get this last set of 12 in. Come on. There we go. That's 12 done. What's next? What is next? I'm asking. No point asking you. So it says cable lateral raises. I haven't got a cable machine. You probably could get a cable attachment for this, but I'll just do normal lateral raises. Recently, I've been doing them seated, whereas quite a long time, I've been doing them standing. So I'm going to go back to seated. It's 3 sets of 15 reps. So let's put the barbell away. Whilst I'm moving things around, let me show you these. I hate being cold, and Becky knows this. So she bought me every device she could find to do with warming up. So these gloves, they're touchscreen gloves, and they plug in. There's a USB cable. The backs of these have like a heating element in, and obviously it's cold in the gym right now. Holding onto that barbell is pretty mean. So yeah, let's warm those gloves up a bit. Let's get the camera back in position, and we're gonna finish off this workout. How's that? We're back? I don't know how this is gonna go, you know? These are quite tough. Sets of 15. Oh, shit. Just broken these gloves. Anyway, that's them. Literally just tried to unplug the gloves and broke them. All the wire came out. There we go. Can't recommend those for a product then. Damn. Is there a way I can fix these? Let's have a look. No is the short answer. One set of 15 at 10 kilos. Eesh. I don't actually know if these are 10 kilos, you know. I'm going to test that out. I'm going to take my broken gloves. I'm going to weigh this dumbbell. Yes. Yes, they are 10 kilos. Just broke the news to Becky that I broke the gloves there. That was probably a massive rest period. Let's go. Here we go. That's to 15. There's only one more exercise left, which is tricep rope pushdowns. Now, again, without a cable machine here, can't do those. So I will do the overhead tricep extension. I could do bench, dumbbell bench, but that's going to work more the chest. So this one's going to really isolate the triceps. So this is 12 to 15 reps. Ooh, slippy. There's one set, and it's at this point in the video where I really run out of things to talk about. So enjoy these last few sets of triceps. Thank you again for joining me on Training Buddy. It's always a pleasure to have you here in GBA HQ. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. If you like the video today, hit a like. If you've got any comments or questions, drop them in the comments below. Get the algorithm working for me. Get the video pushed out there. Thank you for being part of the crew. I'm going to struggle my way through these final 2 sets and then I'm going to sign off. See ya.